morning, Dr. Gwen Nichols. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I am fine. You're here to talk about the Leukemia Society today.
Yeah.
Can you give us some information of where we stand with this disease before we get started?
Absolutely. So, while our name is Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we actually are a blood cancer organization. So it is actually hundreds of diseases under our umbrella. And we've made incredible progress. Over the last decade, we've had nearly 100 new therapies for blood cancers. And this is game-changing for many patients. And we now are seeing not only better survival, but cures of some of our blood cancers. And this is a very exciting change.
I remind you to know I'll be talking with Dr. Gwen Nichols. She's the Chief Medical Officer of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. As we progress here in 2023-24, I would like to thank you so much for being here. Tell me about the progress that's being made in blood cancers or the newly diagnosed treatments that are going on.
Well, I think there are a lot of exciting new treatments, as I mentioned. There have been so many, and LLS really prides itself in having supported the research that led to those treatments in almost 70% of those therapies that we've had over the last decade. The area that's most exciting for me is that we're learning how to harness our immune system to help, along with chemotherapy, to use our own immune system to attack the blood cancers and to keep it quiet, to use the body's regular way of attacking cells that have gone awry. And there are a whole list of new potential therapies in the immune therapy space. This may also be less toxic than traditional chemotherapy, and that is another exciting development for patients.
Dr. Nichols, technology is playing such an important part in our society today. This is a little bit off script, but is it playing a great part in the answers you're finding in leukemia and lymphoma?
It absolutely is. Understanding the genetics of different cancers is a game changer. And when I started medical school, we were just learning how to read the genes. And now we can read the whole human genome, and we can look at the cancer genes and understand similarities and differences, one cancer to the next, and target those with particular therapies. We're getting more individualized in our cancer treatment, and that can only mean better and safer treatments.
I forgot to ask you, is Melissa joining you on this interview?
Yes, Melissa is here, and I'm sure she'd love to talk about her experience as well.
Good morning.
Melissa, thank you for being here. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your experience with leukemia?
Sure. So I was diagnosed in March of 2020, and that was after I presented to my primary physician with what I thought was a sinus infection and maybe some anemia because I was bruising. I was immediately admitted to the hospital, and really beyond my care team trying to educate me as the new patient, my family who, we didn't know about blood cancers, and then honestly understanding what could be, the next few days, few weeks, few months, few years that I would have to go through. I reached out to LLS to really understand a little bit more about how they could support me through tools and resources, how I could potentially give back in the future, and then also just to understand, really, to give some hope to the fact that I could be sitting here in front of you today, 3 years after I was diagnosed.
Well, I want to thank you so much, and I want to thank you for being here to share that with others who are listening.
Thank you.
Dr. Nichols, as she talks about her disease, is it par for the course for people to just live with the disease now?
Well, Many patients can, but I have to tell you, we still have work to do. And Melissa knows this as well, I'm sure. You know, being in the hospital for treatment, you get a whole new, and Valder, I remember that you have been a survivor as well, that you get a whole education that you may never have wanted, but you meet a lot of people and you hear stories that aren't as positive as Melissa's. And so we have work to do to be sure that people can either live with their cancer or be cured of their cancer. And that's what the research that LLS supports is aiming to do.
I've got one more question for Melissa before I let you guys go. Melissa, how is LLS supporting you?
So I would say it's supporting me by telling me that there's a larger community out there of individuals, not only patients, but caregivers, and then people fighting and being advocates for more research, more funding to be able to provide better treatment. So again, people can recover and get better. Everybody's journey in health is going to be different, but to know that there's an organization behind patients for not only me as a patient, but my caregivers and my family, friends, and neighbor, it's really exciting to know and see what's going to happen, to be able to provide more people with an opportunity to return to their lives after being diagnosed with a blood cancer.
Well, it's exciting to have you here on the Valder Beebe Show to tell your story. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dr. Nichols, where can we go and get more information on LLS? Because I got a feeling more people are impacted by this than I know.
I think that's absolutely correct. And you know, as I said, blood cancers are many different types of cancer. Please, all of our resources are free. Your listeners should contact us 9 a to 9 p Eastern at Monday through Friday at 1-800-955-4572, or if they prefer, go to LLS.org.
Dr. Nichols and Melissa, thank you so much for being on the Valder Beebe Show and sharing this important information. I'm truly, truly appreciative.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of The Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.